been real.
Yeah, bro.
It's a nice way to end the show. I'm not gonna lie.
One more.
There you go, guys.
Right as soon as the show ends. Perfect.
Right knows at the big desk.
All right, guys. Yeah, President Biden making some comments right now on how these negotiations are going. The latest, he's saying he believes they'll come to an agreement. There's some talk about spending freezes going into the next 2 years. So it sounds like maybe some progress being made here. But again, the last comment there, I believe we'll come to an agreement. That's from President Biden himself. As some of these negotiations continue into the afternoon, here's how the futures are shaping up. Meanwhile, as we head into the afternoon, looks like we have taken out the highs here. But 0.82 for the S&P 500, 0.18 downside for the Dow, 2.5 there almost for the NASDAQ, 2.43, 1.1 for Brazil, 3.6. Meanwhile, yeah, ugly day for crude oil. Back to the downside, 0.2 for Bitcoin, Ethereum, back to basically flat on the day. That's how the overall board is shaping up. Obviously, while still, yeah, NVIDIA jumping off the board here in the semiconductor group. AMD up 10%, Broadcom up 6%, AMAT as well 6%, MPWR 6%. One of those kind of days. Tech has led, as we saw early on this morning. If you were with us in the pre-market, it was a very, very strong start and really no look back. Overall, a little bit of weakness down here in healthcare today, pharmaceutical names and equipment makers, but the rest of this board very much positive. Doesn't look tremendously positive even with the size of this move, but DLTR downside off earnings as well. A little bit of negativity coming through now in energy and material stocks, as we saw. Yeah, 3.25% for oil, but more than enough to make up for that, and then some. 1.6 or 1.16, I should say, for the S&P 500, 2+ for the overall NASDAQ right now. I saw this as well as soon as I sat down here. 3% to the downside for Alibaba. There were some more job cut headlines coming through. I saw over the lunch hour for Baba, but pretty ugly day when the rest of the market is definitely not downside. Again, if you missed it, President Biden making some comments here in the past few minutes on how the negotiations are going with the Republican side, talking like there has been some progress made. The last one, he basically said he believes they're going to come to an agreement, but also said he's not going to agree to certain spending cuts when it comes to police, border patrol, things like that. But he also said that he believes the deal can be made. So let's get right into what we were discussing. If you're with us this morning early on, it was all about 400 up here for NVIDIA off of earnings. We were discussing it when it was flirting with it there in the pre-market. We ended up getting the flush off of the open right back to that aftermarket level yesterday, and then not much to do throughout the day here, guys, for NVIDIA, but still holding on to a 26% gain. Pretty impressive.
Yep, there it is. What's going on, guys? Yeah, welcome back, Max. How was your lunchtime?
Excellent
adventures?
lunch. Went to get some dumplings with the boys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What kind of dumplings? Was there some shrimp? Was there some chicken in there?
All pork, all pork.
All
like
pork.
the Shanghai, like fried bao things. Pretty,
Yep.
They're pretty fire. Pretty fire. Place right around the.
No soy
Young
sauce
Star.
spilt on the shirt or anything?
No, I actually joked about that. I should have
I know.
changed shirts.
I have a backup shirt here.
That's the way to do it.
Never had to use it, but we have a backup shirt here. So, yeah, okay, good lunch. Yeah, we had the salad here. It was egg salad. But there it is. It's 14,000 on the NASDAQ, breached, and now coming back in a little bit here. We don't, it's been sort of a back and forth day there. We were starting the day with NVIDIA, and I mean, all I can say is wow. But for me, I'm going to flush myself down the toilet. I mean, this could have been a much better name than it was for me today. Made some mistakes trading it early. Made some mistakes trading it early right here, as you guys can clearly see. We were long early, got dumped out there, tried the long again at 381, and then it just dumped again down to 366, and we really haven't traded it at all in the midday. I mean, I still feel like we could be able to trade this. And here's VWAP, and unfortunately, we were doing a few things, but 383. That's VWAP. That's a good level. I think that was one either that Arun or Sharif was talking. I think it might have been Arun was waiting for an NVIDIA fill to come in. And so, I think that's what you have to do right now is be as patient as you can be with this name. It's not super exciting right now, but the market's dancing around here. So, some good opportunities always exist in these markets. And I took Apple right now short. That was good at 75. And then it went up and we got out and now it's pulling back on that break. We do have some AMD right now. There's too many trades in there. Like I said, we kept getting stopped out and back and forth. So I'm not happy with the way we traded this. It was just too much action in the morning. And then I know that there's a lot of love in the chat, for this morning. And there was a lot of talk about how choppy it was and how there wasn't so much success there from a lot of our viewers. But we'll see if we can do the same thing again right now on AMD. So hopefully this makes a move down here and we can get a little longer near VWAP, near the 200 period. But for right now, AMD, we're taking a long and we're going to see what happens here with AMD. Hopefully long comes in, but we're not sure. AMD right now up 10.5%. And I like this a little better than NVIDIA, but at the same time, you're both kind of dancing around. 120 is a great short area.
Yeah, I did actually, right when we get off the show, I took a little break, came back, and NVIDIA was breaking that 285, so I did actually, or 385. Crazy that we're almost at $400 on this name. Not used to saying 385 here, but yeah, breaks 385. I get a little chopped around there, but get back in, and then adding on the 390 break, getting out in here. That's like, what is that, 10 minutes, and you make $10 a share. Pretty good on that one, and then I bailed for lunch, and now we're consolidating. So I'm going to be in NVIDIA. I've already got my orders out for the 400 break. Should we get there? That's probably the only thing that I'll do on this name today. Again, I want those key levels. I don't want to, be messing around in the middle like I was doing before. Like all of these fills here, the only good trades that I had on it were at these like key levels. This 370, this 385. And 390. Everything else was in the middle. It was all garbage. I mean, the trades at 380 weren't so bad, but wasn't structuring those properly. Otherwise, like TSM on the chips, this one I ended up getting out of while I was taking that NVIDIA trade, and that ended up strangely being the top, that 102.30 that I was talking about before I even got into that 100 break. So I don't know, maybe I talked that number into existence or something, but now we're holding that $100 level. So, what do you expect? That key $100 level holds on the bid, and now we're up 80 cents. Probably, well, that went almost $1. So probably should have reloaded that at 100. But yeah, I mean, chips still strong. NVIDIA, just wait and see. Patience, as Sean said.
It's Sharif's birthday. Shout out to, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Shout out to your sister.
Yeah.
With, wow, this is amazing.
My sister Dina sent me flowers. Thank you, Dina. I'm going to send you this after. That's why I want to put it on.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Sharif.
you.
Let's continue along here. Snow was on the board this morning as well. Snowflake coming off of an earnings report that was, I chuckled, but yeah, not good. Overall, we're still downside in a big way here. It did give you a little bit of an opportunity right out of the gate this morning, up to 158, 160, which was that level from after the close yesterday. But trying to roll over here once again off of a huge miss for Snowflake. I mean, we talked about some long-term levels coming into play this morning, but not much of a bounce here.
Yeah, it's a picture for a lot of these cloud names now with cost cutting coming in at the corporate level. One thing I keep talking about is cybersecurity is one of those resilient cloud names that we continue to see spending on, but Snowflake, a product of the cost cutting at corporate level.
Had to be a little bit patient with Snowflake today, guys.
All right, we have a new position. It's PDD short off 61. We'll see if this wants to work. It was just about a dime in the money. We didn't take it. Now we're going to sit at 90 and take it, or 89. Earnings tomorrow at PDD. Yeah, I mean, it's Alibaba. It's at a key level right here at 61. We know that Alibaba's down 3 or 4%. Let's see. This just made a move back up. We're going to see if there's any resistance here at 61.05 or so. I didn't want to take a dime, honestly. So hopefully this can come back in and we'll do a little bit better on that one. But yeah, Snowflake. We've seen a little bit of movement on this name today for sure, all the way down to 143. We talked about possibly getting something or some love down here into 130, and I feel like when they miss as badly as they did there, 5 cents versus minus 70 cents. Yeah, not a great day for Snowflake, and to trade it off the open. Tough trade, obviously. There's the move down, and here's what we did early. And this is why I try to stay away, Max, from all of these plays. Like, we talked about what a disastrous kind of report they had, and so that makes sense. So it goes up $9 straight off the open. I don't know if that was, again, is it Kathy Wood? Is it someone just trying to cover some of the shorts maybe? They're in the money. They come in, they're down 15%. They just buy it right back up. But yeah, really bought it back into some sort of an area of support. We came into there, right back into 157, 158, resistance. And then now the drop happens. So, it's a bad report. I don't think we really necessarily want to go long. I don't know what sparked some volume down here at about 11:45, but that was, I guess, probably the bottom in the market if I go back and look at the charts. But there it is, nice move back up, hovering around VWAP, poked its head above it, and bounced off 150. So if you're going to have a trade in here, forget about the morning. That went to 151. That went to 150. So we're sort of making lower highs just on that kind of a look. But I like to be short this name, and I don't think we'll go any long. And this is not an investable name for me, not with that kind of a report. So we'll wait to see it turn around. Unlike Palantir, Palantir on the board? No. Palantir today gave some back, but it's been nothing but love from those bottoms of 1250 as well.
That's a nice little candle down there at the bottom, eh? That little reversal candle
right here?
There, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet, man. It's at 1235 as well. Not only that, it's all about missed opportunities or finding the opportunities because, Max, it came right back in there. Yeah. So we had 3 reloads there on Palantir as well. So, all right, you have anything to say about Snowflake? I don't know.
Snowflake, we did talk about it in the morning. We both said we're probably not trading this. The volume's going to be light. The spread's going to be nasty. But I did say, like, if this does hold 150 on the bid off the open, it could go like $5, $6. It goes $9. You got to wonder if, like, that's somebody's algorithm because this thing is SSR, so they can't hit the bid. They're like, how do I generate the liquidity to get short on this thing? And they just send it up so that they can get short. I don't know. You can consider any possibility, but once they get their fills, there is no more bid, and this just goes straight down to 143. Crazy move today. I was thinking like maybe you hold 150 on the bid and then grind up, but no, they do it in 3 minutes. They go $10 and then all the way back down within 10 minutes. So crazy move on that one for sure. And yeah, that Palantir 1240 level seems, I mean, I have that on my chart for whatever reason on this side, but I don't know. You can't hit everything. So, yeah, chilling on those names today.
All right, Tesla on the board there. We kind of bypassed it in the morning because there wasn't much in the way of news catalyst for this morning. That being said, early sell-off gets flipped on its head here. We're now up 1.3% after it went negative early on here, and then a bounce off of 181, 180 for Tesla. But a nice look. There was that note from Reuters this morning on BYD specifically talking about how they might be fibbing on their emissions for 2 of their top hybrid models over in China, which was, I guess, a little bit of positive news for Tesla maybe.
Yeah, and that was from the Chinese regulator too. So the idea there is that Tesla's going to benefit from that lack of demand, or so goes the story. But the trade, we had this one in the midday show. It held VWAP like a glove. 184 was the level that it held. It couldn't really break that level, and we took this one north for a little winner, Brendo.
Yeah, nice look overall, guys, if you caught that bounce for Tesla today.
Did not.
We had the level, didn't have the trade. But,
story of my life, man. You have the levels, and you got to pull the trigger, right? And I mean, Tesla was a little bit of a scary name there. We just took some more PDD right here. We're almost out, man. If this takes out 61.05, I don't know. Our average price is 98, so this is 10 cents. I just think it's worth the risk right now. But a good point by Sharif. I actually forgot that they did report tomorrow. We did look at some of the earnings coming tomorrow, so watch out for this PDD trade. And we have a new trade alert as well. And we're just got into this. What about Uber against 38 today? Uber, nice downside move. VWAP is right here. We are taking VWAP again, so it's not, you know, we don't really want to be too much involved here. I mean, obviously the NASDAQ is well above any sort of level right now. It's still above 14,000. So just be careful with some of these plays, but there's 38 coming into play, and that high wick there is 38. So it's the same level. So hopefully that will hold. If not, that's what I'm doing right now. But Tesla earlier this morning, yeah, we've talked about this for a while. We've had the longs written on here for a couple days, or at least talked about the longs, because we took that 175. We talked about that right there, and then taking the 50 period. And since then, it's been some nice upside moves there on Tesla. But as you mentioned already, you know, you got to be able to play, and that didn't happen, but right into here did, and that's called support. I mean, you're bouncing off of 181 numerous times, so this is kind of the trade that, as traders, we're supposed to be looking for, and I feel fine finding it, but we didn't hit it. So 181, good opportunity. Let's wait to see some barcodes again. If you ever see this, Max, or anybody out there on a name that, you know, has come into a good level of 180, like we've talked about, and then all of a sudden it's like consolidation around 10 o'clock or 10:30, we've seen to be getting some good reversal moves at around that time. So you get the first half hour out of the way, then a nice little bump up. So we'll look to see for that again on Tesla, especially if it's down near 180. So congratulations anybody that picked it up. And I know it was a little bit of a wild ride there, but Tesla paying off for sure.
Yeah, and the other EV name that's been in the news the past couple days, XPEV gives up that $8 level from yesterday, but then it does nothing really, like goes to $7.85. It got downgraded today too, so I was thinking that you might see continuation on XPEV today. I guess, I mean, it's already pretty beat up to this point, but I'm figuring, like, you know, we could get to that $6 level pretty easily, that whatever that firm was downgraded it to, but yeah, muted action on XPEV. However, has given up that 8 level. So we'll see in the next couple weeks where this ends up. I'm thinking, you know, closer to 0 than where it is right now.
All right, AI, all day long, AI. Here's the list we were dealing with this morning. There's the Palantir note as well that we got, not only on the AI side of things, but that Ukraine deal that came through this morning. SOUN, I mean, none of these little ones really ended up doing a heck of a lot today. More choppy than anything else, but we were talking SOUN, GFAI, BBAI, Big Bear AI, along with obviously chip makers and everything else that has anything to do with the keyword of the year, AI so far.
Cacophony of AI-related tickers there. Yeah, Sean,
now.
cacophony.
Just because it's your birthday, Sharif. Come on.
No, but in all seriousness here, in all seriousness here, guys, come to the chart. 27, the level on AI. This is the chart. This is the 5-minute on AI. We've held 27. Now we're dancing with yesterday's close at around 27.85. Below VWAP, don't have a trade here.
LEDS, not. I actually shouldn't say that because I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I know, not AI related, but LEDS just broke $3 there and came back in.
Do my best, Sharif. Right there. That was hilarious, man. Cacophony. Happy birthday to Sharif. It is his birthday today. And Sharif, check our work chat, because I'm going to throw it back to you for something in a couple of seconds when it gets back to you. Right there. So, okay. AI. How many did I say there? AI.
4.
One more.
Yeah,
I think we have 5 right there.
go.
So, yeah. All the talk. Have you ever heard of it? This thing, artificial intelligence, something people keep talking about it.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a symbol that's AI or not, or anything like that. But yeah, wow, what a beast some of these names have been. You know, we talked about AI down there at $20. First of all, we got to fill on PDD. Whatever, PDD, honestly. 98, we came down to the 50 period. We took a 92 fill. Hopefully it comes in, man. We got out of 20% of it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing these days. Okay, so right there, I mean, I do know everything's fine. C3 AI. Okay, oh, it actually faded out a little bit, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, I did not realize that we were pulled back so far. But again, what a great morning it was for a lot of these stocks. We all get bumped up on the NVIDIA report and the guide and everything. We already know that whole story. So there goes NVIDIA, and here goes C3 AI. Beautiful move up to $33, and then right back down in. Again, looks like it's trying to bounce off some of those support levels from yesterday. This kind of reminds me of that Netflix trade that we made, where we didn't really have support as far as VWAP or any sort of a moving average, but you do kind of get pulled back in a little bit. And remember, I think either Arun was saying this or Sharif or somebody, and it's like, you know, on days like today, there's going to be so much action and so much interest early on. We saw NVIDIA drop down, so of course, some of these second players are going to fall. We saw Intel get absolutely killed today. So C3AI, a good little level there. And honestly, we had talked about these levels, but how this is like that same example on Tesla, except for this is a daily chart right there where you're coming in, you're bouncing almost clean off of a level that we like down here. Not only that, it's a 200 period. It's right down here at 18. And then here's that level also at 20. Once that was broken, we made this bottom. Then when you take it back up to the upside, now I know there's different catalysts here. This was, I think it was a Citron report that brought it down. That's what Brian Shannon was talking about yesterday, where he got hit on this pretty good, I think he was saying, because he thought the story was already known. Anyways, that's a good bottom, and here's a good top. Look where we got to, man, 32.50. So we almost made it back right there. I don't think the party's done on this name. I think AI, although a lot of people calling it a bubble, I honestly think that it's just getting started, to be honest with you. Whether or not these valuations are in a bubble, fine, that could be the case. They're going to have to grow into their valuation. AI still doesn't make money, I don't believe. So I guess you just wait for the next report. Okay, PDD, you're making the move now, so let's get this going to the downside. PDD right here, right now. What happened to Uber? Uber went to the upside, so it went the other way. But Uber stopped at 05. We need to get more short right there. But PDD working out for us right now, Brendan. Although your name is Max. What's up, Max?
Yeah, I mean, I had the one trade on AI this morning. Usually getting long after a move like this is probably not the way to go right away. So I did stop out. I wanted more shares, I think, and whatever. I thought 29.50 was going to hold. That did not. It ends up holding 27, which, I mean, 27's okay. 26.50, 27.50 are better levels on this name. So I guess like once it does finally reclaim that 27.50, it kind of held it all day. Now trending back to VWAP. I don't think AI is done. I think you know, the shorts took a little breather today after that move down, but you know, they're still sweating a little bit. I don't think the race is over on this one. And yeah, I mean, this AI bubble is just getting started, and bubbles get pretty big before they pop. So not counting this name out yet. That's the only trade. I mean, I had Palantir, which is an AI name as well, for a little trade. But again, like really nothing. I mean, the whole day was just made up by chips for me. So yeah, I mean, if we see these back over VWAP, sure, maybe worth a long through the afternoon or a fade back down. We'll see.
I didn't even realize that, but this is popping up in front of me here, guys, on Tesla being probed in Europe for a possible data breach from Handelsblatt. That's a new one, but okay. Tesla didn't really do much on that. UiPath, bottom of the list there, missed, obviously, downside today. Another one, it was very similar. Shout out to our friends at Benzinga, giving us a free account. Ooh. So just testing out some Benzinga news feeds coming through here as well. I mean, very similar to Snow. We kind of bypassed it this morning because there was so much else to look at. But any opportunities today on Path?
You know what? It was one of those AI-related names. This company deals in automation and digital automation. It hasn't benefited from the AI move. It didn't benefit today. The earnings was funky. So what? I didn't see a play. It held 14.50.
Funky, I like that. Good term for an earnings report. It was number 6. Is that what I said? Number 6 on Kathy Wood's top holdings list, guys. UiPath.
Yeah, I didn't even look at UiPath today, but I know it's down, what, 10, 11%. And some of these names, we could talk about Palantir or UiPath, but let's just quickly look at Path. This was a name, again, I've been in this name before. We talked about that, and then it just dropped back in. So you have to watch out for these guys. This is solid state battery, right? Play. So we'll have to wait to see what's going on with UiPath. But nice move to the downside. Obviously, it was kind of working. This is just a daily chart, but you're taking out the 50 period here at 15. You know, always bottoms, always tops. There's lots available to traders. But for me, UiPath was a miss today. We didn't trade it, and you know, off the open, huge move down. not even consolidations. Oops, you can't see that. Not even any consolidation here today. So I don't really feel like we missed anything on UiPath. But if you want to get short off the open, remember, what was that other name? It was Snowflake that went straight up $9.
Yeah.
So UiPath straight down, then finds a bottom and gets back going. But this was the missed opportunity, of course. And this is the problem when you look, it's not a problem when you're looking at charts, but this is the problem when you're looking at charts, is that, you know, it's hindsight. So like, if you know that you want to go short on some level, you pick this pre-market high. And if you would have done that, then you could have got short right now, 1475. So it's a nice move down to the downside. We're going to see what happens right now for UiPath. But missed opportunity, and it looks like it's pretty stable here into the afternoon.
Also worth noting on that one, like this opened down over 10%, so very hard to get filled on this giant move down. Like good luck getting any fill until it starts to bounce here around like that 14 level. So you can't even short through this, very likely. Like you have to short on the offer when it's SSR. It is highly unlikely that you're getting any fill until it gets to $14. And then at that point, like half the trade's gone. So I don't think this was much of a missed opportunity today, unless you're trying to buy the dip at some random 1330 bottom there. So yeah, I didn't really see much on this pre-market, and I don't see much on it right now, unless, as you say, you just want to do that fade off the pre-market levels, which would be like 20 cents in the money. I feel like there's more moving today than UiPath.
Yeah, come on, PDD. Let's get going to the downside. But let's throw it back to Brendan. We'll wrap this up.
All right, guys, a rundown brought to you by nextech3d.ai. There it is again. An emerging company poised to revolutionize 3D modeling applications in the rapidly growing e-commerce industry. Their generative AI technology allows for the efficient creation of high-quality 3D models. Scan the QR code, bottom right corner. Nextech3D.ai bringing you the rundown, guys.
Thank you. We went to McDonald's and got our iced coffee. It's a beautiful day outside. Went for a walk. Ran into you and Branko's. No, it was Ian.
Ian, yesterday, yeah.
Were you guys getting dumplings again yesterday? That's where you guys were going that way.
No, Ian was buying some fancy croissants for his girlfriend.
Oh, fancy croissants for the girlfriend.
They were pretty good. They gave us a sample, actually. They were pretty fun.
Smart man's very, very smart man, that Ian. We'll have to get Ian back on at some point here. Okay, Intel, a new position alert for us. Intel, we'll take a little bit. I think Intel can climb here, especially if some of these other names get going. We got in and out of AMD there. That didn't really work out for us real quickly. But we'll take Intel on a little bit of a dip buy here. Back up to VWAP, starting to go now. It's small. We're long at 36, but you know, this has been a beat down name. Let's see if it does have some love back up to the upside right now. Again, a nice curl, taking VWAP. There is support here. I keep saying support. There is resistance up here at 2750. We did bust through when we took 14,000 on the NASDAQ, but the highest we got was 53. So, not in love with it, but as this is working, PDD is going the other way, and because the market's trying to bounce back up, whoa, all the way back here, okay. We just took a bunch of outs down here in 90s. It just wasn't breaking. I'm waiting for this 75 or an 80. The only bids I have now on this name, we have another one at 90 just because it's been holding, but I don't know if we get that. And then we're down here near, I guess I can cancel my 84. I have an 83 bid. But that's 86, so I think we should put something else there. But this is what we're looking at right now with PDD, and then there's the Intel short or long. We just got to fill there at 41s. Now it's coming back in. So I don't know. I think these are both names that we're going to have to wait on, and we're going to have to try to be as patient as we can with those names. Anything like aggressive that year? And nothing right now. So
yeah, I'm not trading anything right now.
Anything?
As you say, patience. You know, the market's up here at 14K making decisions. I'm having a look at Meta right now, which very interesting level on today's chart. Not an interesting level ever before, to my knowledge, but this 254.30, basically the opening range high here. Then we get this little wick here. Once we break it, we go like $2 and then back down, and we're consolidating just below that now. So I'm thinking if we get back above this 254.20, 254.50, whatever that is, and start holding here, holding the 50 period, maybe that's the next move up on Meta. I also see the case to fade it down now if you think the market's going to give it up off this 14K. Also, NVIDIA just did a little liquidity grab action, as I like to put it, below that VWAP. So breaks the low of this consolidation, 383.50, gets down at 382. Now we're right back at that 383.50. So I'm thinking that, what is that, 384.20-ish? Could be a breakout price right now on NVIDIA if we get back up there right now. I'm not going to be taking it, but yeah, that's looking that's looking pretty interesting as we were doing basically nothing, and now NVIDIA is showing this like that it wants to hold this 382 level, wants to hold this VWAP level. We'll see how this trades. Maybe we can get some movement to the upside. I'm thinking potentially take the 395 break if we get up there, but we're pretty far away from that at the moment. And honestly, I would rather it just breaks 400 tomorrow morning at 9:30. I don't want to be taking it this afternoon in the next hour and a half as much as I want to be taking it at 9:30 tomorrow morning. I feel like the potential is just, a lot more explosive at 9:30 tomorrow if we kind of get that consolidation and then the breakout tomorrow or even on Monday. But, we'll see. I'll be taking it if it gets there today.
Brendan and I were doing some interviews today, and we had a question about what is power hour? Someone asked us, and we explained that it's the last hour of the day where people need to make decisions, regarding obviously this earnings coming into play right after 4 o'clock. And then I also said it was also something that I think we stole from CNBC. Because sometimes there is no power in that hour. But, I feel like that's a great call. I don't know if you want to be taking on too much risk heading into that 400 number, especially so late in a day when there's a lot of decisions already been made. We do love second day plays, man. So I would say let's watch out for that and try to be as patient as we can with said second day play. Okay. Good point here. Let's talk about this. Where is it? Here it is. What's up, D-Loaf, right now? Okay, so Palantir, I'm just going to read exactly what you wrote because it makes sense to me. Palantir can get pretty interesting here, agreed, always. Double top, high of the day, blast through. It doesn't get close. Oh, man, definitely looks like a 13 test, though. So let's have a look at that on what you're talking about there. So here's Palantir coming through again. So let's go. Exactly what you're saying. There's a second test right there. Nice move. I mean, testing that. The high of the day, forget about it, is all the way up here. That's 1340. We sort of started the day near that 1320 area, then blasted it back down in. We've been trying to get the longs, and we had them before we eventually got out, which is fine. And then we sort of just came back into yesterday's high, which is this 1230, 1240 area, before bouncing to the upside. And then now look what we're doing. We're actually bouncing off of 13, and we're bouncing pretty good off of 13 right now, too. So that's 1296 down to 1291. That's only 5 cents, but we didn't get to 13. So, look at this. This is the teal, right? The 21 period.
Yeah.
Didn't change it. I still don't think teal comes. I wonder, you sort of have, yeah, because that's actually showing up okay. So I was wondering how that shows up on camera on the video. But look at this.
It's a little tough on the eyes.
A little tough on the eyes, yeah. So it's really respecting this 21 period. Basically since 1 o'clock. If you're going to get a little more aggressive with it, then you come down here to 1284, which is the 50 period. And then there's also a VWAP break. So I feel like any little dip down here for Palantir, we kind of want to be buyers in and around, 75 to 85, somewhere in there. If the market's going to pull back a little bit off 14,000, which it's doing right now, then yeah, this is going to be a little bit in jeopardy right there. So I would say you'd rather wait for mid 70 pullback on Palantir. Doesn't mean it's going to work, but also doesn't mean it's not going to work. Try to be patient. I was trying to be patient with Intel, man, and honestly, Intel, you're rubbing me the wrong damn way right now. We just got more there. I took another piece out at 36 there, 35s. We got a lot out there for only 5 cents. It went up to 41. I think we have a 42 fill in there, but not much. Now we're only in 25% as we've been getting out as it's breaking lower. The NASDAQ is clearly breaking lower. And we don't want to be in any positions that are well below VWAP, especially in a name that is so far down. The 50 period, not VWAP. So let's just, we'll get out of another piece there at 34s. So hopefully there it is. So that'll come out right now as it blasts through. So now we're pretty light on this. And here it is. And we're at 83 on PDD. If you don't fill now on this, like it just randomly stops at our level, that's going to be a problem for me. So let's wait to see what PDD does. And maybe we'll have to punch some out at 85 in case we don't get it. Okay, there's an 84. Give us some 83s. Hopefully it fills down there. And then this is a nice, okay, I'm punching out some 85s there. As there we go. You can see those prints coming through. We get out of it like another, that was about 20% or so of that, maybe a little bit less than that. But there we go. We take another out on PDD as this has been a good one to the downside. We did get stopped out on Uber. Where's Uber right now?
Wow. Yeah. I know
How's it
that
going,
feeling
Max?
well.
How's it going?
I know that feeling very well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I know that feeling too well lately. But I didn't even, honestly, man, I didn't even know this happened. I didn't even know this happened. I was just like, let's just go check out Uber, like right now, and there it is. So we tried it, guys, against 38. It goes up as high as 38.10. And again, like, you know, a lot of this is data mining, right? Like you can go back here and you can look and say, oh, that's 10 right there. You should have held it. But then if it breaks it, then you're going to say, oh my God, look, it went up to 30 and stopped, and that was the. So I was picking 38 there, maybe a mistake. We should have, in hindsight, again, gone up here. But then that's 15, right? So like if it breaks, if I don't get out here on an 05 break and I use 10 as the stop, sure, I'm not stopped out. But what if that just goes even just 5 more pennies? Then I'm for sure stopped out at 15, and where's the level, right? So I'm fine with all that. It's just kind of dramatic pause there because that does suck. And here we go again. Let's just get out some more. I mean, whatever, man. This is what trading is all about.
Awesome.
You know, we'll make a lot more money as long as PDD keeps coming down. But here's a call, right? And so, you know, you're going to make some that you're going to be like regretting, and you're going to make some that you really like. And this PDD call there off of that top, this is a much better play, obviously, because you were here longer, more data points, everything. So that's a good play. But now it rips back up into the 80s again. So, of course, we're going to punch something out at 80 right there as PDD just goes right back up, and we just punch out 81s because we just got a great fill down there at 75. Imagine we missed that. So it's a good thing we punched out a little bit there. And this is what it's all about, man, watching your position and making sure you're in the right direction. So good play there on PDD. Let's just see if it will continue to be that and make it a little downside move. NASDAQ's definitely pulling back off 14,000 right now. It's under the 50 period. Where's the next stop? Would love it to be VWAP, which actually makes sense because there's some consolidation around 13.9. So 13.930. So right there, good consolidation, nice little bump up. We're okay. Let's just hold this PDD. There's no reason to get out of this. We're well above. We can get out of more shares. Maybe we'll put something at 80. But other than that, we don't need to do anything right now. See, there we go. Put an order at 80. Boom, get filled on ARCA. Thank you so much right there. A bunch of ARCA prints. So now we'll come back in and see what we can do with PDD. Hopefully some more downside pressure and a good call by getting out of Intel. We have a really small piece of this left, and I may just punch this all out right now. So Intel, this will be a winning trade, believe it or not, even though we're now out of Intel, as it is making a new move to the downside. Well, we're not out of it, but that 32, once it breaks, we'll get out.
Yeah, in this little NASDAQ down move, I'm kind of looking at a bunch of these larger caps, seeing like where are the money fills that maybe we can get to the long side for a bounce. AMD kind of 119. I'd rather see that at 118.50. And then this TSM, I mean, if we get anywhere near $100 today, I feel like that's got to be a buy. So I'm thinking maybe start a position at this like 150 that it's supported at 1, 2, 3, 4-ish times, and then it was resistance here. So $100.50, kind of looking like a level on this TSM today. If it gets down there, I'll be watching. I'm not going to say that I'm necessarily bidding there, but if we're holding around there, try to get some fills there. Meta gets back to VWAP-ish, so that Meta idea, it was the short that succeeded. I was thinking maybe it gets back above, we go long, market goes to 15,000, you know, make $1 million, but that's not going to happen today. So we're back to VWAP, back to these consolidation levels. This is probably where it's going to be supported if it is going to be supported on the way back down, because we got VWAP supporting it. We got these consolidation areas here. Yeah, maybe Meta's worth a long here, although Meta doesn't really respect anything or anybody. So I want to see a decent amount of consolidation around VWAP here before I decide to go long on Meta.
That is a good long area, though.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I don't hate it.
You don't
it's
see
just
that?
like,
I mean, what about
how
that
many
back
times do you
support?
go long Meta and then suddenly it's $1 against you and you're like, what the hell am I doing here? It's a good support though, so we'll see if it can consolidate here for a while. I don't want to take it just like.
I like
just
that.
Like,
Be disciplined.
Yeah. Gotta wait for the setup. Wait for the liquidity grab below VWAP maybe. If we wick to 252 something and then back above 253, that's how I execute on names like this. It doesn't always work, but when it does, it's pretty nice. Yeah.
You don't have to
also
find.
Kind of,
No, to your point, you don't have to find trades just for the sake of finding them. I mean, if the opportunity's there, we'll trade them for sure. And, you know, we don't need to be jumping into positions. We only have PDD left. Well, we have, the other position I want to talk about was Amazon. I mean, we called this on the midday. Look at this trade for Amazon. Not bad. Right there. So that's $1. We talked about this as we were taking this. We just got out right there. We only have a small piece left, but it's a small piece. So we'll see if we can get something going on right now with it. But Amazon, beautiful move to the downside, and would love a retracement back into here. But now VWAP's kind of edging down. This looks like your reverse meta trade, which is why I didn't mind what you were talking about there with meta, because you do, I looked at this, although the market was ripping upside right there. We shorted the craziest position that I should be in is Apple, and I'll show you. Like I should be 70. I should be well in the money on this Apple trade, but we got stopped out. But there it is right there. Nice move. We'll look to get short again on that, but that's where my only trade on Amazon today. So this is what I mean, and it kind of came up because you just mentioned sort of waiting for something. And I mean, that's where it came from. Is like Amazon, huge move down, missed opportunities on the long for sure, but be patient, wait for something to come through, and there it was, and giving you the, my best trade of the day just because it was so clean. This PDD trade is actually, I mean, if you guys want, Max, I have one more day with you. 300 likes right now. We don't check it this early normally, and by the time I check it, it's like around almost 4 o'clock, and we're at like 700 or 800. So it's not that we're doing that bad, but we have 4,000 watching right now. Let's see if we can get these likes pumping a little bit right now. So let's see if we can get this up to 500. We have Frank Caberna coming, I believe, Brendo. We do not have Frank Caberna coming. So that means you get more of me and Max. So even more reason to hit the like right now. So 400 likes right now. Thank you so much for hitting that. And if you don't hit it for me, then hit it for the birthday boy. Where is it? It's right there.
Like, subscribe, and share the show that takes you into the heart of the market every day.
Yeah, let's make the big man's day right there, right? Like let's hit the like button for him, and he's gone. I believe he's gone working out or whatever. He's out of there right now. He should be back around the close. So shout out to Sharif and to Arun. Thank you for, again, another great day in Trader TV land. You're bringing pause to this meta trade, but I actually, I don't hate this meta trade, man. I'm looking at it on my e-signal charts.
I don't hate what I'm seeing either here.
Problem is I'm short PDD, but I can get out of that. I mean, I'll punch out a little bit more at 72 here. Don't we like this? I mean, you got to hold it to 80 for sure if you take it.
This is what I want to see. I want to see it below 253, and if anybody wants to sell down there. And if they don't, and it gets bought right back up.
Then what are you going to buy, 53.50?
No. I want to see it like in the 80s. And then just right back above 53.
Oh, you want to see it break down?
I'll buy this price right now. Yeah. I want to see if there's sellers down there. Do they want to sell it? I want to know first. But you can get really twisted up doing that sometimes, going back and forth, and forth. But yeah, let's see what happens here. Maybe I'm just telling the algo what to do to get me in, and then they're going to rinse me on this one. But we'll see. If we get right back above 253 here, they show me a bid, then I will get in. That's how I like to see levels hold. If that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and I don't have the trade. And now I'm not holding it 30 cents against me right now, so I don't know. That's just what I like to do. Obviously, it's easier to structure it
here it comes
that way, but yeah, let's see. Is there buying? There's a little bit of buying. Meta's kind of slow these days, but yeah, if we get back above, I think that's a great trade. NASDAQ bouncing off, I don't know what that is. Is that the 50 period?
NASDAQ? I don't have any period. Yeah, there is a 50 period at 13,970.
Yeah, there's really. But ES coming into like 41.50. So let's see what happens here on Meta. Looking to get back above 253. NVIDIA just kind of taking a pause here.
Man, I'm just laughing because I just saw people, what, T-Daddy won? Oh, man. I was playing slots here on StreamOS. I didn't know that existed. I'm going to try it again here. Hashtag slots, 10 points. Let me see if I can win. I got Bell Rocket or something, which apparently was a loss right there. So, yeah, dump AMD. I like that. Okay, we'll see if we can win again. Probably not on that. So we'll wait. PDD still fine. We'll watch that. Check back in on Uber. Fine. What else do we want to trade there? I still like your meta idea. Tesla. Oh my God, it's because of where the NASDAQ is, right? So you could just trade the Qs if you really want to do that as well. But for right now, look at Tesla right back into some levels as well. 183.60, that bottom's 183.40. We're right here, man. there's a lot of opportunity to go on this market right now, and I think it might be a good one. Let's just see. Still like to see this area come into play. But okay, nice bouncing area right now too, man. 13,950. Maybe that's something that we're bouncing off. That's 13,950. Back to the upside. Could we go there? I just a little nervous because of this 14,000. So you touch 14,000, drop down, but we only dropped to where we are. But now we're making new lows on that drop. So here's 14,000. Drop down 1370, right? Comes right back up there again to 14,000, drops down this time to 80. So you're starting to make higher lows, right? Because that's the low, then that's the low. Then here we go, here's a big move. That's a take of 14,000. But then when we dropped, we still made higher right there, right? So if you're gonna draw something, it might, it's almost, something like that, right? Well, that actually worked out pretty good. Right there, so boom, boom, boom. And then there was the break. So now you start to form it out, flag pattern to the downside right now with the 50 period sloping down with VWAP sitting somewhere near support. I like the short better than the longs. So maybe you're right about that meta, and we'll stay away from it. And maybe I'll stay good thing we stayed away from Tesla. There's Tesla breaking VWAP, but it's still right here. This is a good possibility to go long on Tesla for sure. 183.50. If you're short, maybe you want to cover. If you're looking for a spot to get long, you could go here against, what is this bottom right there? 183. That's probably not enough room. But anyways, 181 is coming there. So good area to maybe start building along. But for me, nah, I'm going to stay on these shorts. We're two names short right now. PDD short, trying to break lower. And we're in the Amazon short, which is now $1 in the money. So yeah, here we go, right back to lows. Let's see if PDD can go. My target for PDD was here. We talked about that. We got it. So it's now 30 cents in the money, which is pretty deep. This move on PDD, Max, is the biggest we've seen since 1 o'clock. So 2 hours of kind of barcoding, now down in. We have to put another bid here at 60. Then hopefully we can get back into some areas down there, and then we'll be feeling a lot better about our performance today. So hopefully it's a nice little downside move. We'll put some bids around 66 and then wait for a pullback even lower than that, and then hopefully the doors will open up for the short.
Yeah, so that meta, it did wick back above 253, but it didn't show a bid back above 253. So didn't show me exactly what I wanted to see, and I didn't get in. And now we're back down to new recent lows, I guess, on NASDAQ at this through this 13,950. I figured that might hold, and then I was going to get the trade that I wanted. So I guess meta's off the table for the moment. Let's see if 4150 on ES holds. So we are at VWAP on ES here at this like 4151 area, 4150 being a key spot. But I mean, I feel like NASDAQ is moving a heck of a lot more than ES these days. So should probably be just more based on that than looking at these ES levels. And we'll see if NASDAQ can get back down to VWAP, then I think that's definitely the time to get long. I mean, like you have these bottoms here, which are right around this 13,930 VWAP area. You got this top here, right? 13,920, so I feel like that's where we start to get long. You start to go too early, and then you're averaging into a position that you don't really love until it starts to go. And I don't really feel like doing that today. I feel like I do that too much around this time. It's like you average into a bad position, and then you end up either losing a lot or winning not enough. So I'm gonna wait, try to be a sniper this afternoon, and maybe this AI trade, maybe AI around this $28 level, kind of doing these like little wick bottoms here. If we can get back above this like this high here and then start trading a little bit. I mean, AI has the ability to go in the afternoon. I've seen it many, many times. I'm always watching this name for these little like kind of liquidity grabs, and then they shoot it back up. So we'll see if this can get going. Decent amount of volume. Usually they're between like, I don't know, 15 to 25 by now. We've done 32 million today, so interest in the name today for sure. I'm not thinking that we're getting back up here by the end of the day, but could we get back into the 29 level? That's where we were trading like 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, we were trading, was that yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost got to 30 yesterday. Was I not trading AI yesterday?
I believe you were.
I don't know.
Hard to remember, man, as you get
Yeah.
older, Max. I mean, wait till you're actually my age, 31, and then you'll see how exactly your memory goes. So, okay, 114.40. Amazon trying to bounce off a little bit. PDD a good trade, man. We got 62s there. Looking at another. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. So I mean, we've showed you my Uber trade. This was 14,000 break on NASDAQ. I was like, you know what? Let's just go short here. We have this little level right there of 75. I was going to give it on a break of 80. So it breaks 80, 85, whatever. So we take like about a 15-cent hit or so on Apple. It goes to 90, so our out is okay. And then now, looking back, and yeah, there it is, bouncing now off VWAP. So try to be patient, right? Because that's a good move down. If we just sort of let it fall back in, we could have shorted it once it came back to this level. So that's another little thing that I'm trying to work on as well, is not necessarily worrying about the highs of the day, but let it, like you just said on Meta there, let it go up, let it break something that you thought. Then if it comes back down in, this is kind of, because if I don't have that, but then you just move this over here, then, you know, we're still part of this move. But because we get stopped out on that move up, you know, that's the kicker right there. But yeah, we could add that to our, I mean, we're trying to add more and more to the toolbox. That would have been a pretty sweet one to add for sure to said box, because in this situation, that would have worked perfectly. There's been other times where, you know, we get great positions and we don't wait for it. It happened here in Apple as well. Look at it, take out the high, and then all of a sudden, this comes back up, and we take it sort of against us a little bit, then the flush happens. So there are always situations where different things will happen to you, but PDD, again, sort of having a hard time breaking through 60. That's 70 marker right there. So as I see it, taking it out a little bit. We'll punch a little, well, we got some dark pool action there. We'll punch a little bit out there and watch out to see what happens with 60, 70, 71, trying to go back up to the upside. So let's empty out a little bit more. Our clip is getting close to empty. We only have about a third, a little bit less than that, about 30% left here on that one. Uber back to VWAP again, I'm seeing right now. So there it is, breaking back to the upside. Oh, darn. Look, I mean, another great little level there for Uber at 85, now back up to 95. So lots of action happening on Uber right now. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but on a lower time frame, it does look like that. And on a larger time frame, yeah, I mean, it's a 5-minute chart. So there's that short, there's the 200 period on a 5-minute chart, came right in. So that could have been a play. Then there's the bounce off of the 50 period. So 200 period back down to 50 period. Probably get a retracement back up for that play as well. So I don't really want to go long now because we're so far under, but maybe we get back and then we can start to look at some longs if we take out 13,980 here on the futures. So that would be something to look at for me. Other than that, still waiting for something to do. Kathy Wood's ARC position closed out its NVIDIA stake. What, in January? Okay, so unfortunately, I don't know where that just came out from, but if she closed her NVIDIA position in January, that ain't no fund manager of mine, that's for sure, because that's the exact low of NVIDIA. And if you're supposed to be, I'm not going to throw shade at Kathy Wood. I mean, her performance in her ARC and whatnot has sort of spoken for itself over the last couple of years. It also was really great during the boom time. So you have to understand who's your manager and what kind of, you know, risk tolerance and risk environment they perform well in. But I mean, I just saw that note. I don't know where that's from. Oh, Bloomberg apparently reporting that. So, you know, she closed out her position in January. So this is the latest date in January, 190. So yeah, that's kind of a miss right there on the way up. But again, maybe loading up down here, I don't know. You know, again, this is why I don't want to throw too much shade, because if I had $1 billion worth of stock down here at 115 and it went to 190, I'd probably get out as well. It would suck if she covered in this area like mid-January, but either way, nice move up for NVIDIA, and sorry about that Tesla, or sorry about that Kathy Wood, but I'm sure she made money on other places. Just a news story that just popped in there, wanted to bring it to everyone's attention as NVIDIA trying to barcode here on the 1-minute chart. Just bounced off 380 though. Again, look at this. Right into some nice support again. Could have had the long max. You're into NVIDIA?
Coulda. I'm into
something.
Tesla, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Tesla. This 183.50 is an area that I deem to be important. And I mean, it's been here a couple times today and has supported and resisted and all that. So market kind of making a bit of a bounce, almost got to VWAP on the NASDAQ here. So going to see if we can get a bounce in Tesla. I like the idea of that 183.50, so starter position for now. I think over 184, I might add to it. But yeah, we'll see. Little bounce play. I think if anything can bounce, it is the old Tesla. Always loves to bounce. Is up still. Man, my memory is bad from yesterday. I think that watching that NVIDIA fly down like that today, I think
really
that
fried us up.
That recoded my brain here, and I don't remember anything. But yeah, I think Tesla's a good bounce candidate here. We can get back to VWAP probably at least, and then we'll see what happens there. Maybe get some more fills above VWAP on Tesla. Nothing else really. Oh, TSM got back.
Still holding a ton of UI path. Yeah, probably. Anything that gets beat up, man, Kathy Wood. Like, you're probably going to find out. I mean, I know she was buying some Palantir, so I mean, we know that that's been a good trade as well. XOM at 105. I mean, XOM not doing much either here. I'm trying to look to see if there's any other plays. XOM is, as my kids would say, Dad, is literally in the middle of its day right now. So this is what XOM looks like on today. You know, bottom of 105, top of 106, sitting at 105.50, like straight in the middle, looking to maybe bounce off something. We know oil and XOM has been sort of, you know, here's the daily. So nice couple of days. Now we're moving back down in just a little bit for that, but 105.80. Yeah, not much there for XOM, so I apologize for that one, as that's a name that we like, or I like to trade here on the show. And then we also like to look at Oxy here for potential plays. So let's have a quick look at this one and see what that's doing. So again, on the daily here for Oxy, I keep zooming that out, but it's too far. Right there. Okay, so this is looking a little bit better down near some lows, but again, well below VWAP, well below the 200 and arching down. So again, looking for some shorts, This could be a good one, especially if we break that. So maybe a break of 58.50 here. On Occidental could be a trade as well. We're not too far away. So that little break against that top of 60, 10 cents worth of a risk, but you don't have much downside. Like the downside's like 10 cents as well. So I don't know. I don't think their R to R there is very good on Occidental. I just don't want to get into something where it's like, okay, it's there, then we change our mind, or like it's just the stop is just so close. You know, I don't mind if a stop is close, but I want something that has a little bit of reward to it right now because the market's falling and we're already short. We're short Amazon, which is pretty good. Actually, that just bumped up. That could have been reshorted. And then our PDD is really starting to make moves now, finally. Bounces off 70 there. We got a piece out at 70. Now we're coming back down. We just need to take 60. You take 60, then I think the next level down here is like 30. That's actually where I'm bidding right now, is right here. 41s right into there for PDD. So let's see if that can come in. This is the short that we're working with right now. PDD right down here to 40.41 would be fantastic if we get anything down to that. That's 60. That bottom is 60. I just want to see a break. So let's break 60 and get into 40s. That's going to be the play here for PDD, and let's just see if that works. Oh, what's up? Bears versus Bulls. I just saw it in the chat. I'm checking with Sean to see if he wants to name the bet for the close. What about you, Max? You want to bet on something?
Do we close above 2% to the upside on NASDAQ?
We're already at 2.2. Is that the best you got? What about Meta?
Meta above 250?
We can do the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's kind of fun.
What about NVIDIA? That's the stock of the day. What's the key level?
All right, let's do it. Let's do an NVIDIA key stock of the day bet.
NVIDIA above 385.
Don't look.
That's a good level probably.
Okay, perfect. So that's the bet. Will NVIDIA close at 4 o'clock? No more of this like, oh my God, it's 4:01. NVIDIA just popped because of a dark pool. What's the closing print? The NASDAQ closing print on NVIDIA? Is it greater, less than, or greater than
385?
385. Put it on the board, Bears versus Bulls. That is the bet right now, you guys. Bet will be open as soon as you see Bears versus Bulls announce that. It will be NVIDIA closing above or below 385. So good call, good job on that one, Max. And you can make that bet there as soon as it's posted. So we'll see. Let me ask you what your opinion is on that.
I think yes. I think we get a rally into the close on NVIDIA. I'm not going to say that we're going to get to 400 today, but I can see another bounce on this. We're just doing this little dance below VWAP, grabbing all the shorts down here. Then we're going to pop above 383 and rally.
That's an aggressive number.
That's my call. That's my call. I think for sure over 385. But obviously NASDAQ has to cooperate with that one.
I think we're going to get a lot of bets to the under on that one.
Yeah.
This is where Neil for sure bets under. Or no, actually he bets over to get the better return on investment there, because you still need $3 to the upside.
Yeah. But I mean, we supported 380 pretty strong there. A break of 380 would be very bearish on.
And also, in 10 seconds, do you know what hour we're getting into?
Is it power hour?
It is the power hour.
Awesome.
Right there. So we're going to get going here very, very soon. Yeah, I don't know how many points I have. If I keep on betting, doing these slot machines there, I'm going to lose some points on that Streamlabs as well, guys. But I'm with you on Streamlabs, everybody. So hopefully we can all win and get some points going on that one. Okay. Uber, Intel, XPEV. Let's look at XPEV right now. I just see XPEV crossing right now VWAP. So let's go over and have a quick look. I just have scanners popping off. XPEV VWAP. What? This is honestly XPEV? Oh, man. Oops, that's not chicken dinner winner. That's a fail. My bad, guys. I thought XPEV might have been moving. Oh, you know what you do with these things here? This is what you do with them. You open up your phone. You just go like this. Try to get that barcode. Oh, yep, came up. Oh, don't trade. Okay, good. So that's what it says right there. Just joking about that one, but there it is, man. XPEV to the downside today, down 8%. And honestly, I guess I got a VWAP trigger there because that's where it is, man. It is underneath, and scanners don't lie, but XPEV not really worth trading there. Let's check out another one. Well, we're already in PDD. That's going to the downside. We've got a 30-cent winner on that one, basically the whole range. There's Alibaba. This one would have been very similar to XPeng. It's actually very similar to PDD, Pinduoduo, because this name just almost the exact same trade. Honestly, it came up there, $79. 79 bucks goes back into that. Nice move down to 78.60, and now bouncing off some of those levels right there as well. So, yeah, very, very similar trade to this PDD. Alibaba coming back in, but again, still kind of in the middle, man. We're not in the middle because we had a huge move down, but if you sort of anchor something to that, bring it in, it's right now very, very close to being in the middle of Alibaba now, 3%. So there it is. The birthday man has returned. He's returned to get his gym stuff, and now he gone. So once again, a happy, not belated, but we've said it a couple times. So big shout out there to Sharif and his leather jacket on obviously Jensen Wong's special day with NVIDIA. So CEO, of course, of NVIDIA and co-founder. So yeah, big day for them today as we wait for that 385 number. That's Alibaba. Pinduoduo did bounce up a little bit. I'm going to take another fill maybe at 71 or so. I don't know. It's refusing to break. It's refusing to break 60s. So, there it is. Hits everybody. Like, you know how many, this is the funny thing about it. If I could pause this, it would be great. But like, there was only 100 shares on 71. Look at all these fills that just showed up. Like, it took out like maybe a couple thousand shares there when there definitely wasn't that much on. Like, each one of these represents 100 shares. So be careful there with what you're looking at as far as this is all concerned. But that's what it represents, 100 shares every time. So look, like even right there, right? Like look at these. Like right now you have about 600 shares there. Watch to see how many shares are actually there. So there's some hidden shares around here on some of these levels. We just got another piece out at 70. Let's take another piece if it takes 76. But after that, we'll still hold for the bottom. But we're trying to be as kind of precautious as we can because it's not making a move down. I don't know what your meta did off that play. I said I liked that long. Let me just double check it.
Meta got a little smoked off.
So it didn't. So great call by you, man. You saved me and yourself a little bit of money there because that 53 didn't hold, and you said if it came back in and then held, maybe you get that bump back up. But good call on that one. That was something that I'd like I was saying, I like to be able to add that to the to the toolbox there where you breaks below, wait for it to develop, and then take the long through view up. I like that play.
Yeah, I just think that the probability there is higher and you're getting the same price, but the probability is higher that you get the W. Tesla, I did stop out of there, broke pretty hard. I was kind of waiting for some buying to come back above 183.50 there to add to the position. It didn't happen, so we stopped out. we'll see if Tesla consolidates down in this range and then gets back above that 183.50. Maybe that's the long there. TSM, clearly the long that I should have had, which I said I was going to have and I didn't have. So maybe I do need to start placing bids, even if it's just like 10 shares to let me know that the stock is at that level, and then I'm long like some small amount, and I can add to it if I want to, because that 145 was kind of money down there, and now we're already 50 cents in the money theoretically on that position. Looking good for a potential rally back towards that 101, 101.50. Well, you know what? I can see the case for TSM getting back to like that 102 and high of day potentially by the end of the day. But yeah, really missed that trade. AMD as well has a little double bottom there at 118.75. I don't think that that's a significant price. Maybe somebody else has that on their chart, but like, yeah, this 118.80 has been kind of holding all day. Dark pool wick's kind of nasty, but double bottom here at 118.75, and now we're kind of shooting up, as is NVIDIA, or, oh no, that's Tesla. What's going on here? Market's bouncing.
They saw your
Market bounced off
They saw the
13,950, and now we're kind of ripping. So patience, patience, patience. Don't want to punch into, you know, a move to the upside that's just going to get shorted back down, but I think this is enough to start looking for some longs now.
Really?
I don't want to get. I don't want to.
I mean, above the 50 period, I would stamp a long. I think that might be a pretty decent spot right there.
Getting close. Gotta find a candidate.
That's the wrong
though.
level. We don't want that. I have a trade idea. Amazon. I mean, we're in it already. We've already had a nice move to the downside, but you know, here's a 200. We bounce off there a little bit. I still love this 115. VWAP's up here at 115.16. So I think if we get a move up right now, short a little bit here at 80 just to get more. Look, we're 60 cents in the money, so my average price will change here on a short. But let's try to get something in the 80s. I'm actually here right now at 76, so hopefully we'll get that fill against this. And then I really want to get, I'd love to get some shares right here if we can, up to 115 or so. So there we go. We add to our position. So if you're seeing that kind of switch up a little bit, my prices, that's why. So now we have that average price. Looking at 115 to sort of start the short. And then if you're going to look, I mean, we're starting it right now, but to get like some more serious shares. And then right into there, this is the key level. It's not, you know, we shorted it before at 28. So that's where that came from. That's why we had that big win right there. But I just feel like we should probably respect a little bit of VWAP there. Even though that high is 40, maybe we don't start it at 15. We'll take some more shares at 15. Let me cancel. I put too many there. Let's take some more shares at 115 and then really try to get something in and around here just to respect these tops. Because we could easily break VWAP and then come back in. It's kind of like right here. We broke it, you know, for about, that was 116.20. We broke it for about 30 cents. Then the tank happened when we knew we sort of wanted to be short Amazon today. So it's been a good move. Trend's been your friend to the downside on this name off of 120, so, or more importantly, 118 the other day. So that's been a nice move. Let's start more at 115, then we're going to wait till it wakes up and gets into this 30 area before we really go. But I like this. Let's start the short right now. New position available there for that. And then we are going to get out of half of what we have left if we take 76 here on PDD. Otherwise, you know, we sort of made the bed right now. Let's just see what we can do. So far, so good. Not so far, so good, but Amazon not really moving. So let's go, especially if this market's moving up like that and Amazon's kind of just hovering around. I like this for a reaction play, but watch out for 14,000. That probably gets tested again. So that should load us up here at around 115 if we get to 14,000, and then we can see about a trade. But I do like what you're saying. You don't have to be in something, especially now. It's 3:08. We have 50 minutes left. We've already made a lot of trades today. We've sort of made the bed that we're lying in. Let's just see if we can top it off with a couple good ones here to close out the show.
Yeah, I did get back long Tesla, same price, pretty much same price. So saw something that I liked, got in, started position, same thing, get above 184, and then we get more long. Also, NVIDIA is starting to make the move. So, you know, the 50 period, the 21, our two lines touch here, and then it starts to go.
As long as we don't cross the streams.
Well, it looks like the streams crossed there. Sean.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Never want to cross the streams there.
Streams crossed, and yeah, we're moving back.
It's Star
up.
Wars, right? You don't want to cross the stream.
Yeah.
We'll go with that
moving back up on NVIDIA. So we'll see, heading towards that 185 or 385 level that we talked about. 185 being a nice level on Tesla that I wouldn't mind seeing today, but unlikely there. Looking for 184 on Tesla to get the add in there and the move back potentially to 14,000, which we are indeed knocking on the door of. So don't even get to VWAP on NASDAQ, which is what we were kind of waiting for here. And now going back to that key 14,000 level, let's see what happens. I'm still not like totally set on these longs, which is why I have this tiny little position on Tesla at the moment. But yeah, we start making the move back above, and I will get more excited about this. Starting to take out some of these consolidation levels on Tesla. So I want to see that VWAP above 184, and then we'll start to average in a little more to this position and try to get maybe 184.80, 185, hitting the 50 period right now. Yeah, and Meta got back above that
Meta?
280, 253.
There's something to be said right now, I think, about lowering, your share default right now and just waiting for prices, or if you think something might happen, and it's kind of what I'm doing on Amazon right now. It's like I'm not completely convinced that Amazon wants to. I mean, so we're starting very, very small right now. It just bounced. I mean, I don't even have a 115 anymore. I'm waiting at 115 up here, 115.30s or so. Sorry. 115.30s, 115.15, right where VWAP is where we're waiting right now. But again, this is a 5-minute chart, and I think there's something to be said, about looking and making sure that there's really not much happening right now. So, it's a nice move back up, fine. We've already just come from down here at 114.50, so could we retrace back easily? But could you also come back up to VWAP? Yes. So it's just like you're looking at this. Sometimes if you look at a 1-minute chart, you sort of get like a little bit like, oh my God, like this is, it's pretty violent or whatever, but it's not really violent at all. This doesn't even look violent. So right there's 115. I'm just gonna go up here a little bit. If it floats up and gives us something near VWAP, that's great. And that way, when we get out here around 40, we don't have too much to worry about because we have a good price closer to VWAP, and therefore our loss would be about that 20 or 30 cents after an averaged in price. So that's what we're going to do right now. Hopefully it can work out for us. I believe it will for Amazon. We did get out, like we said, we got half of what we had left on PDD, but realistically, these were great takes down there. We were pretty proud of being able to hold that to the downside. So that was a good take for us. Uber would have been a great take down there at 85. We sort of talked about it, and jokingly, I was like stunned when I saw this move, but then it came right back, and that's the 21 period, held again in a nice upside move back again for Uber. So, I mean, look at the market. Pretty darn strong. Right there back to 13,950. So nice move back up, and it's trying to bounce right now off 14,000. And look, man, our line held, Max. This was that line that we drew right there, right back up to 14,000. So it could be a short here. Do you want to short the market? Do we want to short the TQQs? Or am I just getting too excited here? TQQ, whoops. So TQQ is the market. A lot of you will be known by the TQs, also the SQQ. So this is a triple levered long. The other name, SQQ, is triple levered short. And if you're going to look at this, although this doesn't give us too much pause for concern, but we know it's at 14,000 on the NASDAQ. So if you're going to do this, maybe 75, but there's the high. So we're already short right now, Amazon, and short PDD. So I don't know if we actually want to be short anything here on the TQQs, but let's try it anyways. Let's try a 68 as this is a bouncing spot here off of 14,000.
I'm currently long two things. I got that Tesla going, which I should probably add to based on what I was saying. And I just got AMD breaking back through 120, so there was some size there. Looks like this is a failure. We'll see if this can get back up right now. Nope. So done with AMD there. So we'll go back to Tesla.
Let's go back to Brendan quickly first, okay. And he's in my ear. So what's
there was a move higher initially there, guys, but back down right now. But White House Communications just saying, quote unquote, they're getting close on a debt ceiling deal. So
close to June 1st. So let's wait to see. Hopefully they can get that going, and we will see. So there it is, man. It's a new position right now. That's an interesting new story there by Brendan. So that would make sense for this rally up. The problem is not a problem. It's just when you're short the market, or you're short Amazon or Apple or Microsoft or Tesla or pretty much anything that follows the market, you are, a little bit exposed to these kind of debt ceiling, rate hikes, anything like that coming into. We're not going to get a surprise rate hike right now. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Let's
to see that. I remember trading, and this goes beyond you. You've never. I don't remember the last time they raised. Maybe this is a question for everybody out there. The last time they raised or cut intraday as a surprise. Like, there used to be times back when I was trading back in 08 or whatever, 2011, and I have to look it up when it was. But it's like you're just all of a sudden trading like, what was that? It's like, oh, they just cut the rates like 50 basis points. You're like, what? And the market like will move like literally 500 points like on the Dow or something, just like that, because people are like, what? Where did that come from? And that created a lot of excitement on the floor. And we're gonna have some excitement right now, as there it is, TQQ. Let's go, man. I told you, I love trading the markets, and there it is, another example right now. Look at this, man. Yes, sir, we talked about putting our futures hat on, and there it is right there. Nice win for us here on the futures. This would be, we talked about 14,000. It's not that hard. We just made 20 handles on the NASDAQ right there. Maybe we should go into the NASDAQ or trade the MNQs, the minis or something like that. But there it is, man. A nice little 18-handle win on the TQs, but who knows, it's going to be temporary. We did take some out. We're out of 30% on that move to the downside. It came right in, right to the 200 period. Nice take right there on the NASDAQ. 3 times levered.
Why take one time when
you
can just have the triple the winner?
Yeah, it's not really triple the winner, because, and that's the other thing, and this is the other thing I want to talk about. Because you're using levels, it's like you're just trading it like a stock, you know. So
and the TQs trades like quite nicely, I find.
It's just a stock. Yeah, it trades perfect. Look, the futures, the only reason why I don't do this, obviously Arun's trades the futures. I think you saw Sharif maybe in one today. I'm not sure, but he'll go in the minis as well. I just prefer to trade an equity because of the way the level 2 works.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm more, adept. I'm like, my stop keys are set up for that. And honestly, they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're like, if you're going to trade the Qs, it's just like trading. The only thing is like risk assessment, right? Like, for example, like when Arun puts on 5 contracts, 10 contracts, 20 contracts, 1 contract, he knows instantly sort of, if this goes 10 handles in the money, how much am I making, or what's the risk to reward? And you don't ever want to look at it from like a dollar standpoint, but for me, that is what I do look at it. Like, I look at these levels, how many shares can I put in, and what's sort of the risk associated with that. And my experience is more on this side rather than on the individual future contract itself. So I just prefer to read a level 2. And here's an example. ES, we talked about this the other day with, you could just type in S&P. Oh, no, it was ES. I'll just do this, /M. There it is right there. So this is what it looks like. And look, this is just the difference. It's just a matter of if you're comfortable or not. Yeah. So if you see, like, my level 2 is not even set up. So here's all the quarters. It's one gateway. It's the CME. So you put your orders there. You get, I'm just not used to, like, is this a lot of liquidity on the level 2, or is this not that much, So it's all about sort of comfort levels there on the level 2. And this is what it looks like, as opposed to the TQs, which looks like this. ES looks like that. So on our platform, it's definitely built to trade futures and equities. So very comfortable doing both, but that's, I don't know, we don't need an alignment editor. How do I get rid of this? Oh yeah, the X right there. So I'm gonna just stick with TQQ, but there's a little look there on what the futures look like here at Day Trade the World.
Yeah, I've traded both futures, equities. I find like TQ's trades cleaner in certain circumstances than trading the futures themselves, but it's really, just a comfort thing. It's like, futures is pretty straightforward. There's one gateway, there's one fee. You don't get paid, you always pay to get in and out. So it is very expensive if you want to scalp. That's another thing. So you can't really, scalp one handle on the futures and make money, I don't think. You're almost paying half a handle to get in and out. So anyway, Back to Tesla. Looking at this 184, if we get back above that, I want to add to it again. I added on the dip here. Maybe should have got a little more at the teal now that we're holding that. And these two lines are about to touch and get back above VWAP. So maybe over 184.10. We add a little bit to this trade and see if the market can't get back over this 14K.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's pretty strong resistance there. Like that 14K is a big level, so I don't want to get too excited about this this trade here. AI back to VWAP. So C3 AI. We talked about this one. I just didn't love the speed of this, so I didn't really get into it. But it does make that bottom there right when we were talking about it. Back above 28, starts to hold and starts to push back, breaking new levels, back to VWAP. I think, yeah, if this can get back above VWAP, like C3 AI could run into the close. If we go on like a longer time frame, like 15 minutes, that'll load for me. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we
Oh,
lost
no.
it. We lost it.
Fail.
Fail on that one. Oh, now I got to
Pizza
add
Hut.
the charts.
Okay, and again, you know, I've been saying this recently, like ye of little faith, like, you know, you got to sort of trust sometimes what you're reading and get into it and get into a position and try to trust it if you have a good read on it. And Amazon, we're well up on it today. And honestly, I pulled the 15s, like as if, man. It went right to 15.06 and then fell right back down. Why? Because I wanted to get shorter, like near VWAP. And unfortunately, it comes right to that 15 level that we were talking about, then pulls back 20 clean cents, like almost straight down right there off that 14,000 take. Again, as we took another piece out on the TQs, as now it's going back up to the upside. So I feel like we're out of 40% of this right now. Okay, here's some big stocks here now hitting their 52-week highs today. We have NVIDIA 52-week high. We have my favorite stock in the world, Mr. Softy, hitting 52-week high. All these names I've sold within like the last 2 weeks. Meta back up to 52-week highs today. Everything's fallen off at some of these levels, but this is just what's hit today. AMD, oh my God, it's a day 2 play, Max. It's Pan W. Palo
really?
Alto, another 52-week high today. There it is, made. Look at that off the open. Move to the downside. Okay, so this is a play here. Let's see. Did we move into past support? You know what? I should, in order, just so I don't get upset, I should like answer my question before I see the chart, right? Because like I was going to say, on a day 2 play, you want to look back and find out where were their support on the day before.
It goes right to
Honestly,
that level.
I was saying this before we looked at the chart. It comes right back in there. Now, whether or not these wicks are, I mean, I believe they're real down there, but I think that if you really waited for 202 flat, like the very bottom, you obviously would have missed it. But if you took anything in and around here, 203 and change, look at that. It hits you and then rips up $6. So that's a play. So let's remember that for tomorrow on a play like an NVIDIA or something like that, possibly for day 2. Whether or not NVIDIA gives us more trades today. Max, man.
185 or what it?
385.
385.
Like I was like, oh man, down here you gave like quite an aggressive target there, but then I looked over and you're not long because that would have been a great call there. 382 back up to 385. So good look on that one, man.
You know what else I'm not long?
Yeah, sure.
Is Tesla. I go to set a stop and I set it above one. I set it 184.60 instead of 183.60, and it punches me out. So I'm trying to get long the same price. Sadly, that was basically where the move started, and now I don't think I'm going to get filled here. I don't really want to pay these prices. So good call on Tesla. Bad slip there. Oh, maybe we get filled here. Trying to get 11s. Maybe I should just punch these 20s.
It's TQQ in the chat, everybody. I don't know why it shows O's. Maybe I could put that on the board, Brendo. I don't know. It's fine. I don't trade it that often. But you see how it says PDD? Now it says TOOOO?
That's so weird.
It's the bottom is cut off. It's a capital Q.
Oh.
So it hits that little marker on the bottom there and cuts it off. There's really nothing we can do about it. It's not even worth adding to the board. Like we have a little whiteboard up there that we're just putting all ideas on there, and we sort of address them as they come through. And then I don't know, but anyways, it's TQQ. So it's this little, you know. Anyways, there it is, back up to the upside. I still want to short against the high of the day, but you know, we've already taken out 40%. We talked about that. So now we're back to flat on the TQQs as we do take out 14,000. It was a short against 14, right? So NVIDIA, nice pullback to the upside. I think we could put some more short. I mean, how much is this even against? Yeah, it's against us right now, up to 70s. Okay, so let's put something else on here. Should have just punched. Okay, now maybe we'll get a fill at 72. If it goes back up, if not, we'll punch a little bit at 71 to get the short there. We're just waiting to get filled. This might not matter to most of you about getting filled at good prices or whatever. It matters to everybody, but just there. Okay, so now we're filled. All right, so now we've got that. All right, so there we go. Nice average price here, hopefully coming in. Someone in the chat said, why am I shorting the TQQs when I can just go long the SQQ? I mean, that's 100% right. It's just, we don't play with borrowed, well, we do play with borrowed shares, but we don't have to pay extra for me to short TQQ. So we've talked about this already. I prefer to play the short into a name when I'm going short. So I'd rather just be short than long, if that makes any sense. So like SQQ would show up in my blotter as green. Meanwhile, I want it to go down. So it's just a psychological thing. It has nothing to do with anything other than that's why I do it. We don't pay extra for the shortable shares. So that's why. If I had borrow costs associated with TQs, then of course I would trade SQQ to the long side, but we do not have any borrow costs associated with TQQ. So there it is. We'll take a little bit out right there. We'll slap a fail on the market. Maybe it does make a move down, but there it is. We just got in at 72. Or was it 73? I think our fill was 72, right? Yeah, 72. And we just take a piece out here at 66. Now it's starting to come in, so let's put another bid here at 64 and just start to get out. We reloaded our position. It's now 4 cents. Hopefully it does make that pull back into the close, and then we can watch this trade into the close. So that's my idea right now. Let's try to hold on to some of these shorts. PDD not doing much. Amazon coming right back up. Oh, we got a fill there on Amazon at 80. So, okay, so not bad. We're short at 87 or whatever. So now we'll see about this fill coming back in. 92, we will wait for a 115. There's a pullback for TQ, so that's okay. We get a 64 fill. Hopefully we can get lower on that one as we watch out for this name here into the close.
I did get my fill on that Tesla trade, so now back long Tesla, a couple cents in the money, looking for that one. Oh, this chart hasn't loaded for some reason. 184.50 and then 184.70, and then we'll see if we can get into 185 by the end of the day. Just a little, long here in case we do get that move through 14K into the close. I'd put it at 50-50 at this point, especially with NVIDIA rolling over since that's like the big boy of the day. I don't know. We got the stop in. I think it's a decent trade. Just trying to manage it as if I was still long from here because it's the same amount of shares. It's the same price that I punched out as. So don't want to think of it as if I'm long up here. I'm thinking I'm long down here still. So I think this is a decent position. We'll see what happens going into the close. That AMD just stopped at 120 and is just doing nothing around 120. That's so weird. So stops me out, and then there we go. And then it's just like barcoding around this 120 price. So you would think that this price would cause some kind of like, action one way or the other, and it's really nothing. Just barcoding whatever that is, 30, 40 penny range. If this does break out and it does break high of day, obviously that would be pretty bullish for AMD, and probably you could expect like 121, but I don't know. We'll see. What other levels are there in the daily? It's basically like 125 is the next level on AMD. If this one continues to run on sympathy for that NVIDIA, those will be the top names on watch tomorrow for sure. I don't think that we have any exciting earnings tonight. We did go over the board earlier today, and nothing really tickled my fancy as the market is ripping now. Did they just get a deal or something? What is going on here?
Well, we have Brendan there. He'll find it out. I mean, the last information that we had on the market or on the debt negotiations was, I just see it here. GOP debt negotiators give ground on defense spending demands. So there appears to be a little bit now of give and take, which is nice to see. Obviously, okay, here we go. So now we're getting ready to get locked and loaded a little bit here with Amazon. So we did get something there at 95. It's still not Huge position, obviously, as we continue to talk about our positions. But we'll sit here and see what we can get going on this trade. So, and again, by get going, I don't mean really get going anything. We're just going to wait to see what happens right now. So Amazon, oh man, we still have that bad wick. Sorry about that, guys. Right there. So I'm waiting for, bigger shares right here. But with this move up, I'm wondering if we just kind of respect VWAP and not give it all the way up to here. Like, that seems like too big of a move. Amazon's just been hovering. If it takes VWAP and then really gets going up there, the market probably is singing at that point, and yeah, not a tune that we'll like. So this has been a good little top. That's 28 and 30, but at that point we might as well wait for 40. So I'm okay doing that. Let's give this a shot. Let's give this a shot for a chance to go. We are sitting there. I'm going to change my order a little bit on Intel. As I look at Intel's absolutely ripping, by the way. And that was another position that we got out of, Intel moving up. So let's go. We'll take another piece right now on Amazon. And then this is the Intel trade that I was talking about. There it is, man. We got out, and look at that. Straight upside right now for Intel as well. Getting back, like, that might be a good short as well. It's just everything right now seems to be in a tight range. It's a little different when we're looking at it intraday, like we are right now, but there isn't a whole heck of a lot of movement right now. Intel obviously clapped to the downside right there, but some other names, Microsoft, Meta, all these names pushing off of their highs, and there goes Meta, right? Right back up to one. Oh no, it's right at that 253 again.
253, looking like a price. Somebody in the chat said that there's a ton of options volume on AMD at 120. So
that would make sense.
That would make sense for why it's hanging out around there. Lots of interest to keep it around that price if that's where the options are. That TSM does do a bit of a breakout. So TSM, I mean, that Tesla is like almost 50 cents from where I originally got into it. TSM, New York. Thank you for the autocomplete. Come on, load up. What's with this chart? This chart was doing great all day, and now it just hates me.
Was there a halt on TSM there in the middle of the day?
Yeah, apparently.
You know why? It's because
remember
it crashed.
Yeah, it crashed.
So I think that probably did something.
It's probably my fault. It's definitely my fault.
Yeah,
Too much energy into the charts.
Always your fault.
Too many triangles that I'm drawing. But yeah, no, TSM on this trade ideas chart does hold that 135, 145 kind of level that I was talking about. Gets all the way back up here, so it does end up breaking. Gets to 101.50, still on an uptrend. What are the rest of the chips doing? Not a whole lot. So TSM kind of individually strong. I mean, I guess AMD's at high of day. So yeah, decent move there on TSM. Should have had that long. Did not. I think I might have to start placing like small bids so that I can just alert myself that these stocks are at these prices. Yeah, did take a little bit out on Tesla as well. So still have like, what do I have left? 60% left. Looking for higher for the next out on Tesla. So good trade there as the NASDAQ is
ripping.
Kind of ripping. Still not at highs yet for NASDAQ, so see if we can get through that 14.030, although it is starting to rip now that we talk about it.
I think it's that whole, well, whatever. I mean, this is what the market wants to do, honestly. I mean, on days like today, we talked about just trying to get lighter and lighter into these positions, but there goes a TQQ. We've been taking profit on the way. We'll try it again right here against that high of the day, which is happening right now, 32.90, or 32.87 right now. Look, we're short 75s, like. Hopefully we can get that, some of our early takes on this right down in. But it just feels like you need to be long everything right now. And we've talked about that today and how good of a day it's been for anybody that's been looking long. Yeah, obviously it's been a good day for the longs when you're at the high of the day again right now. So wow, what a great day. NASDAQ up 3%. Do we get it? That might have been something where everyone would bet under. NASDAQ 3% right there. But your bet is NVIDIA. So there we are. We're now loaded up on the TQ. Not loaded up, but we have our full position now on the TQs. So we always talk about that here on the show. So that is a position for me here on the TQQs. And that's what we got. So let's wait to see if it can do anything now. Hopefully it can and pull back. This is where we're short. We're short right now at 76. So it's working a little bit. Let me just put something at 70. I don't know. Maybe we get a fill, maybe we don't. We'll see if that's coming in for that one. We'll put it like a 72. No, we won't even put a 72. Let's wait for a pullback at least. Then take a 70. And then if we can get that fill, maybe we'll take like a 67. I'm just trying to get a 10%, trying to hold something for that flush. Oh, ooh. It's 3:30. I didn't even notice. Brendan, we're gonna figure out what that number is. Brendan, I could have looked it up. I was looking at the time. I was like, I wonder what the imbalances are going to be. Then I saw Brendan run over there. But okay, so there it is. Yes, sure. We're back into the money position right now. So we'll just hit that siren for this market. We're making money on it. So nice trade here to the downside. We actually get our 68 fill there as well on the TQQs. No, we get 67. Sorry. Now I'm bidding 68 because I didn't think we got it. But we got a 67 fill as well. There's a 68 fill. What? Okay, well, I'm kind of glad that Brendan went back to check this out. This is the largest number I've ever seen at this time, maybe. You guys in the chat can tell me if it's true or not. The early mock, I see, Javier, you beat me to it in the chat. It's 1.1 billion to sell.
That's big. And we're up 2.5 right now?
Yeah, don't take it for, being gospel or anything like that, but that's a big number. And what we're talking about is, of course, these market on, I'm going to cancel ARCA here because we don't need to see that. But it's this market on close, right? These are all market on open orders, and sometimes there's some left over, like TSM had a buy left over, and then so on and so forth. So you're going to be able to see this. Something that might have halted is anything that has a different time in here. But these are IPXXU. That seems like a test symbol. And then I don't know what this is. But so right now, everything old data at 350, this will all populate. And then that's when that 1.1 billion number will come into play. Remember, though, I believe, and actually this is a good thing to ask Tony Knack. Maybe we should do that. I believe that the number that they're repeating to us is New York only numbers. It is. So there you go. So hear Brendan in my ear confirming that. So, okay, Amazon, come to the potty, baby. Look what happens when you're patient, Max.
Beauty.
You get a fill. And let's just see. Shout out to my friend Phil. We talked about this the other day. But hopefully this can come back down in and get us some of these friendly fills back down into 95 and 96 here. We just missed it. I wasn't even paying attention, man. That went right to your teal. Went right to 93, Max. So now I'm pissed because of that move, and we missed it. So shout out to Maximilian right now, giving me that 21 period scalp line. And that's, oh, man, Max. Oh, man, the TQQ, we got another fill down there, but wow, Max.
Yeah.
That was a great line right there. 114, what? That just bounced off there beautifully, man. Now you're right back.
Sometimes
now all of a sudden I don't want anyone to know I'm short Amazon because it's just gone right back against me right now. But everything's all good, man. PDD, nice move here. We're making money, so that's how I knew Amazon was down there, but then we didn't cover. So money made, money given back almost immediately right there. TQs, good fills though. Let's see if we can bounce even lower on them. Hopefully we continue a move down and not up. If we can continue to move down, man, this day will actually turn out to be half decent. We just need a push down now. And if it goes to the upside, then fine. Costco after hours, I really like that play today. And you can see what Costco's been doing in the middle of the day here, just sort of streaming back up to the upside, slowly trying to glide right there. You see what it's looking like on the 5-minute. Beautiful move back on Tesla, on Costco, back up to the upside. You can't keep good companies down, man. And I mean, retail's been a little bit sluggish there. We've seen a couple of those reports. I actually expect Costco to be down tomorrow a little bit. I mean, we saw Home Depot. They all rallied back after, but there's a retail name today that was down pretty good. Oh, American Eagle, right? Was down, and we have Gap coming through. Okay, but here goes Amazon from one retailer to another one. Here's another giant waking up right now. Why did I have to wake them up off that max line? There's Amazon right back up to 115.20. So yeah, Amazon saying hold my beer and don't talk about me on the short side again because there it is all the way down and like that move up. This is what I'm saying about being lighter on shares. Like that move was 94 up to 25. So that's 30 cents in 2 minutes. When really, I mean, sometimes it has to put in work to go 30 cents. This doesn't at all. As we're right back up to this area, we're going to have to figure out where we're going to get stopped at. We talked about 115.40. I think we got to stick with that, man. It's moving around. It's been a pretty violent move right now. So we are out of the money 30 cents on Amazon, so that's not good. But we were just in the money, too. So hopefully it comes back right there, 115.40. I feel like that stop's going to get run on me, but I got to try to respect it. So that's the play right now.
Yeah, I should have trusted the teal as well, Sean.
I didn't
Tesla
even notice
just,
the teal.
Just holding here, and we get that $2 billion to sell, or what was it, $1 billion?
Yeah,
what did you say? 1.1 billion to sell, and I don't know. You see Tesla kind of trying to do a breakout here and slamming back right down, and I just decided, all right, I'm done with the position. Obviously, wrong decision. Got to trust your lines, trust that teal. Probably should have left the stop back where it was below 184, but is what it is. We, manage it how we manage it, and Tesla's going to go up without me, it seems, into the close. Only 20 minutes left today. This
That's it.
pretty decent trading day today, I would say. Lots of volume, lots of stuff going off. I think maybe NVIDIA was. I think NVIDIA might have been kind of covering up some really nice moves on other stocks today.
Might have
kind of
those.
A distraction.
Yep.
Where we got that awesome bottom at 180.50 on Tesla. We got some nice trades on Palantir and AMD as well, but kind of distracted by NVIDIA today. But I mean, that was a good trade too if you could have gotten it. Meta's holding around that 253. AMD trying its hardest to break out, but just can't do it. So still holding just 20 cents above that 120. Here we go for high of day. As soon as I mention it, it's don't tell me that I can't break out. So AMD trying to break out. What is that high? 120.38. So we'll see if we can get above that. Get a little squeeze into the end of the day. I don't really see that as being a good breakout to take, so I will not be on that one. What about that TSM? Still in the same range. Nothing really happened there.
It went up a little bit, 1.2 billion to sell right now. I had to close the bets already. Uh-oh. Why? What happened? What happened, Bears versus Bulls? No problem. If you had to close the bets, you had to close the bets. Okay, we'll figure that out. But right now, so just to talk, man, Amazon pulled right back into VWAP again. We took a piece out right there because we got double the fun up here at 115.30. We still, that's covering a loss. Our average price is 08. So that's covering a loss right there at 15. But it did pull back. We did get out of 10%. Hopefully this can, literally 10%. That's all I'm trying to do. If we do get any pullbacks into here, teal line again, 115.02. That's a profitable spot for me if it does come back into there. So I don't have any bids right there right now, but maybe we should put something down there if it does come back in that low. At this point, man, I don't know if we're getting anywhere near those because the NASDAQ is up, but we did take some profit again. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Have been wrong before, especially today. So, all right, here come the TQQs. I'm bidding 70s now. We'll see if we get a 70. Okay, well, we got a little 71 fill. Maybe the market pulls back, so that's good. Let's take some more profit on this. And this is pretty much what I like to see. I like to see it down here, but look at this. It's these are the shorts and these are the outs. So we're making. It looks pretty good, but it just keeps on respecting the lines and not breaking lower. So it's just like what we drew here on the NASDAQ, lower. So we're trying to find these points, right? So there's the bottom, so that's the low. Then we make a higher low, then we make another higher low, then we break it, which creates it to the downside. And right now, we're just kind of hovering again at this 1410 level. So let's just see if there's anything here. We did poke our head above. It did not make new highs, so that's pretty key. And then hopefully now we can pull back. But we do have, I'd actually prefer if it wasn't such an outsized imbalance, but let's just hopefully it does come. Am I green today after NVIDIA? Me? No. No. Well, just because of NVIDIA. Oh, wow. Okay. Now that's why you close the bets maybe on NVIDIA. I don't have the short.
Yeah.
There. So no. And I just say that kind of joke, I don't know if you were joking. Maybe you meant Max. Max is, you're up on NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had this early, man. We came in here, thought we'd get a 400 break early, and then we lost about $4 there. No, 389. So we didn't lose. Our average price is 96. So we actually lose about $5 or $6 there. But these are pre-market, so we were down about 20 cups of coffee, and then right into here we tried it again on what I thought was a bottom right there at 380. then a break higher. So that was that break trade that I liked that Max had talked about. But then we took it back in, and then that whole tank happened. So yeah, so I am net negative. It's Max over here that's been making money on NVIDIA. So we go, congratulations.
Awesome.
I had to take a lot of losers before I finally did win on NVIDIA, though, today. So
you don't
I
marry
know,
the
I
first person you fall in love with, or do you? Maybe. But there you go. That's just another example there of trading and you know, taking shots, and that's exactly what I did. I took a shot. Were we called for Brendan there? Did I miss that? Yeah, sorry, my bad. What's up, Brendo?
Just quickly, guys, this IEP, we can't trade it, but there's a headline here for IEP. Carl Icahn saying he's planning legal action against short sellers. So back to the upside we go here for IEP.
Okay, so my take on that is that stock is going lower. Because like when all you're doing, I don't know, and I don't want to say this because I think Sharif was talking about this, and we'll defer to him maybe tomorrow, or I'll just have to do some more reading tonight. I don't know if he's refuted any of the claims that Hindenburg has made. Like, I don't know if they've brought forward proof of what exactly that story is, and because we haven't been able to trade it, and I'm not in the name, I don't know that much about it. But like when you're just bringing lawsuits and things like that, I don't know if that's enough of a reason, you know, to get the stock back up to the upside, just because of that. But here's the move. So, you know, maybe there's something there. Congratulations to Carl Icahn and everybody if there is something that they can defend. And I think you always want to defend your name. So there's IEP and Carl Icahn's enterprises. And there it is. Big, huge move to the downside. It's at 52-week lows, obviously, today as well. Some of the big names that were at 52-week lows today include PayPal. No, that's after hours move. I thought I saw PayPal was at a 52-week low today. Maybe it wasn't. I'll double check that. I don't want to. Oh, there it is. PayPal, Qualcomm today at 52-week lows. See you, Qualcomm right there. I need to. I'll do this after because right now we didn't get some more short, but we almost got. I mean, Amazon just like got a little spicy right there, back up to 115.30. So we didn't reload that. We got to be very, very careful with what we're doing now as we're getting close to that imbalance number. So I'd like to see this fall down. It's just I don't want to get stopped on that imbalance, and we may have to do that. So let's take a couple more shares out, especially if we do get a dip down into VWAP and things like this, because we are now 4 minutes away from market on closing imbalances. And if Amazon comes out a buy, I am dead on this position. So yeah, no, it's not. It's funny, Max, but it's like...
Yeah, you don't want to...
No, it's not that. It's just you don't... We've seen it because I feel fine, and we've talked about... This is why I'm fine today talking about being down. I'm fine every day talking about it. It's because most of the trades that I make are going to be calculated risks.
Yeah, exactly.
And not most. Hopefully all of them. Sometimes you get a little emotional, and we'll take some trades that are more on emotion. Those tend to not work. But it's just... I hate it when it's like, oh my God, the imbalance just came out. Oh, we got stopped out. And then all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, bang, it's all the way down. And that's just a market risk that us as day traders, we have to be fully aware of. It's not an excuse. Yeah. It's nothing like that. It's a market's function. And you got to be very, very aware of that. Amazon's strong, man. The market is going nowhere, and Amazon is up here somewhere. So we got to be very, very careful with what Amazon's doing right now.
Yeah, I talked bad about that AMD breakout, and then, I mean, I would say end-of-day breakout in 2 minutes, giving you, what is that, 30 cents. That's not a bad breakout for AMD at the end of the day here, so not a bad high-of-day break there. I mean, ideally, you'd be getting in on the dips here at 120 or at the teal line, but yeah, AMD still making new highs. Maybe we see 121 if it comes out with a giant buy imbalance. Who knows? Tesla as well, terrible out still climbing to the upside. So this is exactly what I was expecting to see out of Tesla. And I got scared by a 1.1 billion sell, but I don't know, is what it is. You know, you got to manage your risk somehow. And I mean, I guess just leaving a stop order is how you do it. So yeah, should have been still long Tesla, but pretty happy with the trade regardless, you know, getting in the 50s there and adding all the way up. Ended up getting out above all of my ads, so, you know, doesn't get much better than that.
Disaster averted.
Oh, look at that.
Disaster averted right now. We're not making any money, but a disaster averted here. But no, we're making, what? We're not making money. Okay, we will flip that script on everybody right now. We are making money right now to the downside. I mean, our average price was 115.08. So it's not like, we're going crazy here or anything. But we're bringing our net back to life here a little bit with a sweet move down. There we go. We get some 96s finally in there on Amazon as it just fell back in. So there's a couple fills. Oh, no, we didn't. We got a 90. No, we got an O fill, actually. Sorry. Okay, let's go to this party is now started. Wow. And it is focused on Amazon to the downside right there. Not only that, let's go. I'm spinning it for this, man. The futures is back. And we are in this name. As you guys can see, good pullback on the TQs. There it is, man. We back in business, baby, Max. And there it is. It's a nice move down for both Amazon and for the market, the Qs. So there it is. Nice move to the downside. Also, PDD, baby. We're live, Max. And there it is right there. You want to talk about a winning trade? Let's go, man. We're putting on trades, man. We're putting on trades. There it is, PDD, win for you. The futures. Money on the futures right there. Nice move down on the futures. That's a good trade. Amazon's a money trade. The only trade we won on Intel as well. I mean, if you held Intel, that's a good trade. The only trade that was a loser was this Uber, which we kind of like, meh. So not a very successful, well, it's a very successful closing show, but not if you only add Uber. Come on, Amazon. Yeah, buddy. Now we're into the 80s. Let's go. We'll take another bid right now because we are 20 seconds away. Let's put something low. Let's put something at 81. Let's put something in the 60s in case this is a banger to the downside. We already got the Qs banging it out to the downside. So let's see. We have a fill up in the 50s. And here we go. Let's put it on Amazon with only 6 seconds left. This could be completely disastrous, but let's wait to see what happens in this market. And there it is. It's a move right back up to the upside for Amazon. So let's see what hits now. We're waiting for NASDAQ. Marvell is there. I'm going to put a bid at 98. Take a fill again at 98. We'll do that. And let's go. Marvell, Intel with a buy. Waiting for the number from Brendo. When he gets it, we'll post it to you. AMD's there as a buy, so that didn't do much. There's AMD. I got to focus on Amazon. Why am I looking at AMD? For Meta, I don't see it. Shopify is a sell. Qualcomm, we talked about that, hitting 52-week lows. We're going to wait. Brendan's going to get, I think it was a late update on NASDAQ, so we'll wait for that. There's Apple with a sell. That should bring the market down. Let's go. We did get that TQ fill, though, didn't we, or did we not? No, we did not. We did not get that TQQ fill. The only fill that we got during all of this was Amazon at 98, and we put that one in there. So, wow, 2.6 to sell.
Wow.
I don't get that feeling, but, that's what it is, 2.6 billion to sell. So there's a couple names, and I don't really see too much happening right now on the market. So gold down, gold buy side there, so that's Barrick Gold. Bausch & Lomb, I don't know. Anything tickling your fancy, Max?
I mean, we got Intel as a buy, but I mean, Intel's down all day, so nothing exciting there. NVIDIA, how many times is this 280 level on NVIDIA? Or 380, I keep saying 2. I'm not used to stocks in the 300s right now. But how many times has this 380 level been a decent breakdown or breakout on NVIDIA? And you just take this breakdown right here and it goes to 377.80 or whatever. So you get $2 on a breakdown there, just 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the close. Nice trades there. Yeah, nothing really exciting me all that much going into the close at the moment. Yep.
We made bank. We're pretty happy, man. This was a good closing show, so I want to thank you for that, Max. Oh, we had a $5 super chat. Oh no, I just missed it. Oh no, what is it? Okay, here it is. What's up, guys? Right there. Go to channel. No, go up here. Go up here. How do I get that off? All right. Why is Netflix so sad today? Do we have like a sad thing? I don't know. We'll find. Oh, maybe Bear. Well, we'll look at it. I don't know. Thinking of closing my short. Oh, that's good if you got a short. Okay, so let's have a look quickly there. What's up to said Judd right there? We'll have a look at Netflix for you right now. Gold. Oh, yeah, that's right. Barrick Gold. We were just talking about that. Netflix, there it is right now. Come on, AMD, push, man. We got the futures, man. We've got the futures. We're going to be adding that more, I feel like. We've been talking about the futures a little bit. Wow. We've been talking about the futures a little bit lately, so I think that's good. I wouldn't close my short, not if Netflix is down 1.8% on a day like today when the market's up 2.5% and Netflix is like this. No, I would not close my short if I were you, but hey, you deal with your own account, man. But yeah, why? I don't know. Brendan's a little busy. Brendan, I mean, we can, here. Maybe let me just see this. Brendan's doing something which doesn't matter. This is not that important. NFLX. I feel like they might have got a downgrade. So I'm just going to type it into here, into trade ideas. Go to news today. Okay, so Virgin River, no. Okay, that's Netflix. What's on them? Sweet Magnolias today on Netflix. Oh, I know what it is. Don, stupid me. It's the password sharing ban.
Yeah.
Just came in. Idiot I am, and Brendan is smart. What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, there was reports during lunch, guys. I was going to mention that the amount of people that were actually canceling was skyrocketing in the U.S. Remember, today was the first day in the U.S. that they were sending out those warnings to people. So increased cancellations, apparently.
That's my bad. I knew that, and then we just get distracted with stuff. So, yeah, increased cancellations. The only thing about that, Max, is, and I'm 100% certain on this story, is that when that happened in Canada, I read a report. It was like a couple days later. And again, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait, right, to see what happens. Because just because just because people are canceling their Netflix subscriptions, to me, that doesn't mean that they're not going to re-up for the paid version.
Yeah.
Remember, right? Like if I canceled Netflix, I'd be like, haha, I canceled Netflix, in your face Netflix. Then I would get home and get slapped by my kids and by my wife because, you know, what are you doing canceling Netflix?
Yeah.
So I just wonder if there is a little bit of pushback right now, but the story that I read was they're making more money per subscriber on non-monthly members, on members that are simply watching the ads.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it just turned out that you can watch unlimited, right? Netflix. Like when you subscribe, you can watch hours and hours and hours for $20 a month. But if you still watch those same hours and hours and hours, but now they're throwing 30 hours worth of ads at you, they're actually making more money on those ads. This is what I heard. So possibly, but thanks for the super chat. That's a little talk from me and Max right now. But look what's happening right now. Cha-ching. We are ringing some registers. It's the money dance because there it is, man. We get a huge move on the Qs. Huge, man. There it is. This is, so you're going to see how some people trade the futures. It gets in and gets out one time. This is how I trade.
You just make your price better over and over and over again until you get the move that you want.
Or until you get stopped out. Yeah, it's great math by me. But anyways, that's the trade for me there on what we call the future right there. So yeah, good trade. I'm happy with that. And then Amazon, we're just stockpiling profits right now on this name like they stockpile inventory. So there it is, Amazon. There it is. We just got, like, come on, man. Come on. Those are great fills. And again, patience pays. Again. This is my trade on Amazon. Amazon will be, actually, the TQs, actually, Pinduoduo is my #1 stock today. These were all put on rate for you. So check out Pinduoduo. Slow internet again here, but that's okay. It's near the end of the day. Look at Pinduoduo. Let's go.
Awesome.
What, like, how else? People sometimes log into shows for education, entertainment, information. That's what we're trying to give every day. But how about a damn trade? Look at this. We liked it so much.
Money.
We didn't like it once, twice. We liked it thrice. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Let's go. Just wish we had more shares, of course, on PDD. So with that being said, we'll put a bid a little bit lower. See if we do get a 13 or so fill here on PDD. Let's let it run through this 14 and give us that fill to the downside. But hey, man, if that's not a good one, then I apologize, but for me, that's pretty good. Nice trade there on PDD. I hope some of you have it with us. As we're getting ready, we have to close this position. Starting to get a little spicy right now. There it is. We close it at 15. Quick punch out on PDD. Spin it. That's a good one, man. Hey, we're only at 1,000 likes. Maybe next time I'll go long at the high of the day up here, and we'll maybe get some more. But hit the like button. Oh, no. I just got out at 15 and PDD goes another 10 cents. Okay, that's fine. I'm cool with it. Hit the like button for Max. One more day, man. How do you feel? Tired?
Tired? Nah. Energized.
Yes, sir. That's what I like to hear. Max. Exactly, Greg. You tell him, man. Yeah, that's... I heard these guys on the midday show, Sharif was like, oh, coffee is his talking juice. That ain't mine.
No, life is your talking juice.
It's called energy. It's called passion. It's called the market. And I don't, look, coffee is talking juice. It gets you going. There's no doubt about that. And Sharif is just as passionate about the market as me. So has nothing to do with that, as are you. But I like to come in every single day with a fresh sort of look on the market, try to make some good plays. It's just today, my whole day is AMD and my whole day is AMD and NVIDIA, and they're both negative, and I just didn't trade those well in the morning, and definitely paying for it here on the net side. But we've made back some money on PD. I mean, PDD is now $1 in the money, so that's good. And then this Amazon breathes some life into us here at the end of the day as well. We only have 10% left of Amazon. So to Brendan with a minute left.
I just saw this one popping up. Heavy volume here, guys, for Oracle. What a day. 6.4% as well as his all-time highs.
Ooh, that's all-time highs. We talked about it. There's big. I mean, if you're on the NASDAQ and you're a big cap tech name and your name is not Intel or something like that, then you are close to all-time highs today. I mean, I thought Dell was close to that as well. Tesla, no. There's lots of names that's going to make that statement look foolish. But we do have earnings coming up. Sure, Mahad, let's throw up some earnings if we want to do that right now. Let's have a quick look at earnings. You know what? Like, my father used to be buying Costco all the time when it was like down between $50 and $100, $150, like, and then he got out of that game, and I haven't heard him talk about it since, so he's probably upset. But Costco right there, I really like that name. I think that's a forever buy and hold. That's one of those Kramer stocks, hold, don't trade, he likes to say about NVIDIA and Apple, and I think he's been right so far about those two names. But Costco is another one that I think you can do that. Ulta Beauty, again, as people return to work, I think that story's old now, but again, #1 cosmetic name there with Ulta Beauty. And then the stock that we crushed at the end of the day, literally crushed it, was Pinduoduo, coming at the open tomorrow there, Max.
That should be pretty spicy, Pinduoduo. That one's always good for a trade. Low liquidity, but you pick your spots, you get in where you can, and just don't over leverage yourself there. But yeah, that's it. We are closed.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize the time. I'm still in positions.
We get some after-hours spice out of.
Yo, what's up? What's up, compliance department? No, so you are actually. The last time I threw shade at. No bell, Katrine. All right, Katrine, here we go. It's the countdown. Katrina's on the bell. Max, I was like, this is completely, I'm still in position. 6, 5, 4, 3, the market's closed, by the way. 2 and 1. I still have Amazon shares, so I got to get out of these.
Guys, we don't just trade during market hours. We trade after hours for you here.
Yeah, and I got to use the right key here to get out of these positions. So, okay, you know what? Let's go over to Brendan, and I'll get out of Amazon somehow.
All right, huge day as we've been mentioning. What a day. Basically day highs here, 2.5% for the NASDAQ 100. Led all day long thanks to NVIDIA. Ends the day that way as well. 1.7 there for the composite to the upside. Almost got to 1% there. I saw right at the close for the Russell 1000. 0.8 for the S&P. Dow ends the day. A little bit red, guys. It was Nike and Disney, I noticed, most influential to the Dow on the downside.
I would love to do a podcast after the bell, and we can talk like we could be more natural. No, I mean, this is about, I'm pretty natural here, but, podcasts, you can be maybe a little bit different than on a stream through YouTube here. So I think that's something that we'll talk about once we settle things around here. We're always making new plays, midday show, you've been on there, off there, now you're doing this with me. We got Neil coming back next week, and lots of stuff happening, and we're really proud of what Trader TV Live has become, and so that's another one. You'll never know, Matt, how many shares we got out of right there, but we did hold something into the close, and you are right. If you can find ARCA, that was what I got out of, so you could find some ARCA prints around 1502-ish, you might be able to find the amount of shares that I had. It was a small position, but I mean, look, we talk about this all the time on the show, and thank you so much for watching, but like, this is how I traded the TQs. It's average into the high of the day, get it out on the way back in. Very risky to trade futures like this, but hey, when it works, it works. You got key levels against that high of the day. That's the NASDAQ TQQ. That was really fun to trade that. We made money for it. I mean, I hope so. I made some money there into the close, and I know you didn't trade too much, and that's good for you because you had a banger day. So congratulations to you, Max. It's 402.45. Sharif's not here, but a happy birthday to Sharif again. And thank you for all the support on the midday show and this show as well. Big shout out to Brendan, back and forth, running around, doing everything around here. So shout out to Brendan. Mahad, welcome back. I know he wasn't feeling well. It's nice to have him back as well. Arun on the midday show, Bears vs. Bulls, and everybody that's been watching. Thank you so much once again. We'll wait. Anything coming through, Brendo?
There's a couple, but nothing major.
Okay. Okay, great. All right, man. It's Little League time today. We got another game. We're 3-0. So the High Park Jets. We are the Little League team for the Red Sox in the High Park Little League. So hopefully we can get another victory here today. Brendan, you barbecuing or anything tonight? What's going on?
Now that you mention, good idea.
Thank you. Max, yesterday was a golfing night or day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Scott.
Go.
Former trader on the floor. Hole-in-one on the 16th hole. His first ever.
Tell me you bought a round.
He didn't. The bar was closed at that point.
Lucky guy.
Yeah, lucky
hole-in-one. What was the what was the yardage on that?
It was one of the harder ones, so it was like 130 yards.
Beautiful.
But he was on the other team, sadly. So,
attaboy, Scott. Attaboy, Scott. Oh, so did Scott? Who won? What team won?
They won. They were even.
I heard Pratt was all celebratory because he won. What did Pratt
Pratt's
shoot?
undefeated.
Bad, right? Okay.
I don't know.
All right, it's 4:04. We got places to go that aren't here, so thank you so much for watching. What a great day. Thanks to Max and everybody as well. So for Max, Brendan, I'm Sean. We're the Trader TV Live team, and thanks, Bears vs. Bulls. Ciao. We'll see you tomorrow.